Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for making the time and coming out today. As you all know, a few short days ago, a disaster of biblical proportions has happened in the country of Philippines, a country that's very well known to us as Albertans because of how many Filipino Canadians reside in our province. We all have seen the devastation that this country has encountered over the last few days as a result of the typhoon, where there is no electricity, where homes are demolished, where there is no water, no food, and thousands of people are dying and families are affected. We also know that many families and relatives of those victims of that disaster are here among us in Alberta as our neighbors, as our families, as nannies to our children, and as our co-workers in factories and retail outlets and other places of employment throughout the province. Well, as you know, Premier Redford has dealt with a natural disaster herself, and we all have in the province of Alberta, and we are very sensitive and acutely aware of what a disaster means to a country, particularly a country that is not in position to respond to a disaster as well as a country like Canada is. So upon the disaster, on the day of disaster, I have contacted the Honorary Consul General of Philippines, and consequently, last Thursday, the Consul General of Philippines from Vancouver has arrived in my office, and we have put plans in place on how Albertans will be able to assist the country of Philippines. We and our Premier have made a decision that on behalf of Albertans, we will match Albertans' donations by donating $500,000, $500,000 to Red Cross towards humanitarian relief in Philippines. We will assist our Filipino community in their fundraising efforts any way we can as members of legislature, and we encourage all members of legislature to become active on that front. Minister Klimchuk's office and her ministry will make the funding available from her file of other initiatives under the gaming funding. And we know that through the delivery of Red Cross, which is renowned for the great work that they do on the humanitarian stage throughout the world, these monies will provide some of the badly needed assistance that is now required in Philippines. With us today is the Honorary Consul of Philippines, Ms. Esmeralda Agabulos, who has been working with my office since the day of the disaster. And she would like to say a few words on behalf of Filipinos over here in Alberta and Filipinos back home in Philippines. If I may, Ms. Agabulos.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Premier, for giving me the opportunity to stand before you and the press and really saying something about the Philippines. The Philippines, as you all know, is being visited by typhoons every year. But the one that struck the Philippines a few days ago is very horrific. It is a magnitude that has never been known anywhere in the world. And it has devastated communities in the Philippines and has caused the loss of lives, properties, and means of employment. The Filipinos in Alberta, numbering about 90,000, has been dealt a terrific blow because we all feel for those people who have lost their lives and everything in the Philippines. We are part of the every fabric of the way of life here in Alberta. They work in many different areas, and we are actively participating in the community of Albertans here. We're very thankful to the Alberta government, to the Premier, the Honorable Premier of Alberta, Alison Redford, because on the day this happened, lo and behold, I got a text already from the Deputy Premier offering help, and that is very, very appreciated because he took the time to text me on a Sunday to show that the Alberta government is ready to step in and help. We met with the Consul General of the Philippines in Vancouver on Thursday, and this plan has been made to help the Filipinos. We are working to make sure that our communities are together in solidarity in raising funds for the people of the Philippines. Now, I am very reassured that the Canadian families of Alberta, through the initiative of the Alberta government, is behind all of this. We really appreciate any help that is extended to all of us. It is very heartwarming to have a government that is ready to be there for us. We appreciate the work that the Philippine people is doing here in Alberta, but we also treasure the relationship we have with the members of the Alberta government, because we know that you're with us in time of need, in time of success, and in time of joy, and especially in time of need. I, on behalf of the Filipino people, thank you all, and thank the Canadian and Alberta government for everything that you're doing to help us. You are bringing hope and livelihood to all of us. You are a salvation that we are hoping will keep on pouring into the Philippines. Our hearts are overwhelmed with gratitude for everything that you have done. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you. If you have any questions, please go ahead right now.
Yeah, Deputy Premier, I just wanted to ask about, you said match. I'm just trying to clarify, the 500,000, is that being donated in entirety, or does that have to match 500,000 from Albertans, or?
Well, we will be matching donations made by Albertans. Keep in mind that donations are pouring in from individuals, not only of Filipino heritage, but from all Albertans. There are many corporate donations, so we will be matching up to $500,000, which I imagine we may already have reached, or we will be reaching very soon.
And sorry, who's that through? Is that through Red Cross?
Province of Alberta will be transferring the dollars envelope to Philippines through Red Cross. However, I know that there are other charities that are registered that also do humanitarian relief in Philippines. So if Albertans choose to donate to others, then Red Cross, by all means, they can do so. But we encourage donations to Red Cross, as this is an agency with whom we have been working historically on other humanitarian relief basis, and we have the confidence that they have the capacity to deliver best help possible this time.
What was the timeline then, Minister, in terms, because you met, as you said, a while ago, and the announcement didn't come till today. What sort of hung up the process, or?
Well, there was no hang up in process. I have contacted the Honorable Esmeralda Agaburos on the day of the disaster. She has brought the Consul General proper from Vancouver to my offices, I believe it was last Thursday, to see how we can best coordinate the effort and what help is required. On Friday following, our government has made a decision that we will definitely step in, and over the weekend and late Friday and over the weekend, a package was put together. Keep in mind, when Government of Alberta releases dollars, there is a decision process in place. The Minister, Honorable Heather Klimchuk, is leading this through her ministry, but Cabinet has to approve. So we had a constituency week, as you know, for the last 7 days. So the first opportunity to release the dollars was today. But the decision and the commitment to Filipino authorities, in particular the Consul General of Philippines and Honorable Consul General of Philippines, took place some time ago.
This happened, I mean, this whole news conference happened rather hurriedly, I would say, 20 minutes notice. Did the fact that the NDP wanted to have an emergency debate on this today have any effect in terms of the timing of the announcement?
Well, no, not at all. As a matter of fact, as I said, met with the Consul General mid last week. I believe if you follow my Twitter feed, you would have seen pictures of myself with the Consul midweek last week. And Honorary Consul General and I, and my office, and Honorable Heather Klimchuk have been in touch putting this package together. The fact is that this was the first opportunity to have Cabinet in the legislature. All those releases of money, particularly substantial amounts of money, are done through a Cabinet decision. Today was the first opportunity to do so.
The amount of up to 500,000, was that, did you look at what donations are pouring in already, or I guess how
We certainly have. I spoke with an official from Red Cross. I was at a Filipino fundraising event, I believe, on Thursday or Friday, and we're looking at the amount of dollars that is flowing in. We are very confident that Albertans will raise perhaps even in excess of $500,000. We know that adjacent provinces have also contributed, maybe not as substantively as we have, but have contributed as well. So the $500,000 mark seems to be a reasonable targeted amount for leveraging our individual donations in Alberta.
I think you mentioned off the top that you want to help in any way you can. Are there any other ways that you're looking at besides the donations?
By all means, we will be working very closely with the Filipino community and help them organize fundraisers. And we will be using our means as we can as MLAs to encourage not only constituents but other ethnocultural communities and other groups to donate to this particular cause. We have done that in the past. We have donated to other countries where we have mobilized groups to donate. We will be looking also for other donations in kind, and if we can coordinate delivery of equipment and whatever aid equipment that could be made available in the province, we will assist in that the best that we can. At the end of the day, I don't believe there is one Albertan who isn't somehow affiliated with a Filipino. Either it's your favorite neighbor or your family or your friend or someone that perhaps serves you every day in your favorite restaurant or Tim Hortons or someone who is a nanny to your own children. The connection between Albertans and Canadians with Philippines is second to none, and we simply have the moral obligation to help our friends, our neighbors, in a time of such terrible need.
And you said that the donations would be matched regardless of where Albertans are donating, so even if it's not being to the Red Cross?
Yes, so we're asking our Filipino community, as they are spearheading most of the fundraisers, and there are a number of Filipino groups that are involved to keep us appraised and provide us with the donations available. But we know just through Red Cross alone, as this is the agency of choice to which most Albertans will be donating, we will be able to verify what amount has been donated. I am very confident that just through Red Cross alone, we will reach that targeted amount.
And if on a different subject, if I may, Deputy Premier, is it appropriate for the UFC executives to be renovating their offices at a cost of $8 million at this time when we've seen so many cuts to budgets and programs?
Well, this is a dilemma that the Minister of Advanced Education has, because when the minister, and as you have seen in the past, makes prescriptive comments, one often is met with the response that universities have not only academic autonomy, but also administrative autonomy. And that's why they're board governed, and boards should be making those decisions, that ministers should not be micromanaging the decisions of individual universities. This decision obviously has been made by a duly appointed board that has a self-governing capacity, and that is the choice that they have made. It is up to staff and students of the university to decide whether they are supportive of this particular expenditure or not. On the other hand, you have to know that there is ongoing maintenance that goes on within our schools, our universities. There are capital budgets allocated for that. We often hear about infrastructure deficit. If you don't fix it or renovate it today, it'll cost you twice as much tomorrow. So we do expect our universities to take good care of their assets, of their buildings, because those are buildings paid for by taxpayers of Alberta. This year, this budgetary year, was especially difficult, as you know, on post-secondary institutions. But also, you should note that the University of Calgary has managed very well through this fiscal year for one reason or another. So that probably is a question better targeted at the chair and the board of that university than at myself. Any other questions? Any questions to Ms. Agabulos?
Yeah, I was just asking.
Please.
It's been a few days. You've seen the news coverage, how bad it's looking. Can you give us a sense from what you're hearing from people there? What's the funding going to help with in terms of rebuild and repair?
It will go towards everything that they will need. There's a shortage of food, water, medicine, infrastructure like shelters that they will need to be rebuilt. And every dollar that will go to the Philippines will aid towards that. Survival is very essential right now. It is the utmost importance that we do the basic necessities first. Like, the hospitals have been destroyed. So they have infrastructure that is not there, but they're trying their best. And I'm very thankful that the international community, especially Canada and the Alberta government, are going to be there to help rebuild the lives of those people that have survived this tragedy. This means so much to the Filipino community. We will be forever indebted to all of you for all the aid that you have extended to us. This is not the first time that the Alberta government has extended aid to the Philippines. Last year, we had a typhoon that destroyed also parts of the Philippines. And the Alberta Red Cross came up very, very suddenly with donations to us. We are having a big fundraiser on Sunday where the whole community of the Filipinos and also other ethnic communities will be present, and the Alberta government will be represented to show that we're united in time of need. This is compassion. This is caring for people that are part of us every day here. The Filipinos have been here in Alberta for a long time, and we are in every essence an Albertan. So in that sense, we appreciate being a part of that, and that to show that, you know, the Alberta government is behind us is very important to us. We thank you for all of that.